Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, adults of all ages, and to everyone hearing the sound of my voice from anywhere in the world, I want to welcome you to this show. And this is Taj, reaching you all the way from the United Kingdom. Listen, we have wonderful bets, wonderful fights for the UFC Vegas 83, and I'm pretty sure we're going to have lovely fights on there. But let's talk a little bit about the channel and what we plan to do and what we're doing on this channel. We're sharing knowledge. We're sharing knowledge in relation to these fights. We look at the stats of the fighters, the experience, look at their previous fights, and come up with a formidable prediction, which normally this does come to pass. We have 83% accuracy on this channel. This is the fourth edition, and last time we had 6 wins and 3 losses and one cancelled fight. That was the time when even everyone in the MMA community had a bad run, but we did it. 6 fights. The 3 fights we lost was the Cody Brundage one, um, Dustin Stone Fruits, also the one with Draka Closer. So let's get started. If you want to get started, let me know if you have any words to say, any recommendation. Please let us know at the comment section of this channel. And once again, please feel free to hit the like and subscribe button because we have wonderful things that we're going to show you that you can take advantage of. Remember, in the game of betting, always bet what you can afford to lose. Always bet what you can afford to lose. Don't be greedy. That way, you're going to enjoy the fights and make some money on it. So it's a wonderful time that everyone or everything we're doing right here is something that can help a lot of people. So why do we do this on here? Simply because in the world of betting, it's a very difficult game, and with the UFC, not too difficult for me because I've been watching quite a long time, and for me, it's easier to pick who's gonna win 50-50 compared to when you place your bets on football. It's three-dimensional, but here it's two-dimensional. So it's quite easy for me to do it this way. And without wasting much time, we have to go straight to the bets that we have today that we want to show you so that we can reach out as soon as possible and get this done and have a wonderful night of fights from the Apex in Las Vegas. Um, if you have the UFC channel, you can watch it on there. If not, you can watch it from UFC from ESPN Plus. You can also watch it from the app. So this fight is beginning from like 12:30 West African time. So and that's like 7:30 Eastern time. That's when the fights begin. Have the prelims and then the main card. So I want to go straight to the prelims so we can see what we got. Like always, I don't like betting on the female fighters for reasons best known to me. I really can't understand that much. The first fight of the night, we're going to be looking at this Tatsuro Taira versus Carlos Hernandez. Tatsuro Taira versus Carlos Hernandez. These are two very strong flyweights. Two pretty strong flyweights. You see, Tatsuro Taira is unbeaten. He's a huge favorite to win this fight. You have Carlos Hernandez. He's the underdog in this fight. Um, at plus 430 underdog. He's a good fighter too. He's got 9 wins and 2 losses compared to Tatsuro Taira's 14 wins and no losses. You can tell why he's a huge favorite because he hasn't lost before. He's from Japan, and Carlos Hernandez is from the US. He's fighting out of Illinois. Um, he's 30 years old compared to Tatsuro Taira, who's 23 years old. And the height, just a 1 inch discrepancy for Carlos Hernandez. He's a little taller with 1 inch, and they have the same reach advantage. And my prediction for this is a win for Tatsuro Taira. Tatsuro Taira has shown that he's got gas tank for days. He's formidable. He can wrestle. He can box. He can take the fight to the ground. He can ground and pound. And so for me, I'm gonna run with Tatsuro Taira on this one. I believe that he's gonna get the win. He's gonna get the win because when I watched his last fight, the opponent was pretty really strong, but he was able to overcome. The next fight on the line is Steve Garcia versus Melquizael Costa. We touched on this fight last week when he was supposed to come up, and the pick still remains the same. I'm going to go with Melquizael Costa to win this fight, to win by decision. Uh, Garcia couldn't fight the last time because they said he had some, he fell sick, so the fight was booked for this weekend. I watched the weigh-ins and he looked pretty good. Jose Costa, as always, looks smart and happy and smiling. And it's a good record for the both of them. You can see that Steve Garcia is called the Mean Machine. He's a featherweight. He ranks at number 37 in the world. And then his last two fights were wins against Shaila Nwandebek, a very strong fighter. Chase Hooper, who people have said, yes, he's going to really go far. And then his loss was against Mahesh Yates. And then it was Pena. Jose Costa, on the other hand, his last one was a win against Austin Lingo 4 months ago. He lost to Thiago Moises by submission. One with a TKO against Junior Melo, another win against Tom Santos. So these are two guys who are pretty formidable, and you can see by the betting odds, just a moderate underdog and a moderate favorite for Jose Costa, who's a moderate favorite, fighting out of Brazil. And Steve Garcia is fighting from New Mexico in the US. He's 31 years of age. Costa is 27. That's a 4 year difference. And the height is 6 feet. The Costa is 5'10". So there's some inches advantage on there. For the reach, is at par, 73 each. Fighting out of Jackson Wink MMA. And Cruz Costa is fighting from the shooter box. I like the shooter box guys. They don't give up, like to fight till the end. So, like I said, my pick is on Melquizael Costa to win this fight by decision. The next fight we have on the line right here is Yosun Park versus Shannon Ross. Yeah, so now this is going to be quite interesting for everyone who's watching because a lot of people just think that Yosun Park is undefeated. Shannon Ross has had last three fights or losses, and it's pretty clear that if he doesn't win this fight, maybe the UFC can't even cut him off. So, on the normal look, the huge favorite here is Yosun Park. But I think that in this case, Shannon Ross is not someone you throw away because he's fighting for his life right now. And the UFC might even cut him off at any time. So he's going to go. And this fight kind of reminds me of Anton Jubilee versus the other guy. I've forgotten his name, but that was a dog fight. And it was very easy to see that this guy was fighting for his life. So I think Shannon Ross will be putting up his best ever like he had never fought before. He's 34 years of age. Yosun Park is 28. And they weigh like the same thing. The height is 5'6" to 5'7". Yosun Park is just an inch taller. And they have the same reach advantage. I'll be going with the underdog right here because something just tells me that Shannon Ross is not going to go down without a fight. He's going to make sure he takes it to any level. So I'll be backing the underdog for this one. I'm backing Shannon Ross to win this fight. We have Kenan Song versus Kevin Jouset, the last fight for the prelims. Kevin Jouset fights from Auckland, New Zealand. He's a city kickboxing guy. He's staying with Israel Adesanya. Song Kenan, on the other hand, fights from Tiger Muay Thai. He's a pretty good fighter. They call him the Assassin. Kevin Jouset is a judo champion. He's been fighting for quite some time, and rumor has it that he beats up Adesanya a lot during training. So I look up. He's going to be a very good prospect here in the UFC. I think this is his second fight in the UFC. His record is 9 wins and 2 losses. And you compare to Kenan, who's 21 wins and 7 losses. Like he's got a lot in his career, and that's over 28 fights. And when fighters get to those range of fights, um, the team is not that strong anymore. They've put up a lot of fight miles, so when you talk about damage, they've taken a whole lot of damage. But we're gonna see how this pans out. The Chinese Kenan Song looks on to take on Kevin Jouset. My bet on here is go for Kevin Jouset. Kevin Jouset, and I believe that he's going to come out with a win. He's 6'2", 2-inch advantage over Song Kenan, and he's got a 4-inch advantage in reach to Song Kenan. So my pick on here is Kevin Jouset to win this one. Kevin Jouset to win this one. Yes, and now we're gonna go to the main event, the main card for the day. Main card stands to show some very powerful fights on there. There's some guys that I really want to see tickets right there in the main card. And the first fight is on the main card is Andre Muniz versus Jun Park. Andre Muniz is a strong Brazilian fighter in the middleweight division. Junior Park is called the Iron Turtle. He ranked 24 in the middleweight. Andre Muniz is ranked 18, but he's got the last two losses against Paul Craig, a technical knockout, and Brendan Allen, a rare neck choke. Um, Junior Park is on a 4-fight win streak. He's the slight favorite on here. And the South Korean is 32 years old. And Andre Muniz is 33 years old. They're weighing at 186 and 185 respectively. A 6'1" foot, has a 2-inch advantage in height and also a 5-reach advantage in punches. You know, Andre Muniz, I'm going for Andre Muniz in this because I feel like having lost the last two fights, he's going to come out with everything he has on him because he knows the UFC be watching. The UFC will be on his tail. He's going to give his best, and I believe that he's going to take out Junior Park. So I'm going Andre Muniz by TKO. Andre Muniz by TKO. Next fight on the line is Nasrat Haqparast versus Jamie Mullarkey. A very strong fight on here. Jamie Mullarkey, we know, is an Australian, a pretty good fighter, good boxer. 17 wins, 6 losses. His last win was against Jack McDessie, but that was a very controversial one because I watched the fight too, and there's something pretty wrong with it. Muhammad Naimov defeated him 5 months ago. Um, Nasrat, on the other hand, has two strong wins. Landon Quinones 2 months ago, 1 year ago to John McDessie, and his loss was to Bobby Green, a unanimous decision, and also Dan Hooker. So he's lost to pretty strong competition on in the lightweight division. He's from Afghanistan. He's fighting out of Hamburg in Germany. And he's 28 years old compared to 29 of Jamie Mullarkey. Um, Pretty good inch, just an advantage of height, 2-inch reach advantage for Jamie Mullarkey. And this guy looks like he's ready to go. I saw him at the weigh-ins. He's looking very, very focused. So I believe that he's going to get it. Now, please, in case you forget, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel for more of this content as we go on. The next fight of the night is Su-mudaerji versus Team Elliott. Team Elliott, we know, is a very good fighter. He's been in the UFC for long. He's got 19 wins, 13 losses, and one no contest. That's a total of 34 fights compared to 21 fights of Su-mudaerji, who's the slight favorite here is Team Elliott, and fighting out of the United States, 36 years old, taking on the 27-year-old from China. I'm going to go Su-mudaerji with this one because of the age discrepancy, number one, and fight miles. Team Elliott has taken a lot of beating, a lot. His last fight was a submission choke against Mohamed Mokaev. It was a very, very strong fight, pretty strong one. He showed a lot of heart, a lot of grit in that fight. It was just a month and 2 weeks ago. I think he's looking on to overcoming that loss. Also, a loss by Machnell, a loss to Machnell, to Mudaerji 1 year, 4 months ago. So he's been out for 1 year and 4 months. I can see him coming in fresh and good, ready to take the fight to the ground, ready to come with the boxing and all that. So I believe Su-mudaerji is who my money is on in this fight. I'm going Su-mudaerji for this one. And the co-main event of the evening, Anthony Smith versus Khalil Roundtree. Anthony Smith just came into this fight short notice. The veteran fighter, 37 wins, 18 losses, zero no contest. That's like 55 fights by Anthony Smith. Wow. Khalil Roundtree, on the other hand, has 17 fights with 12 wins and 5 losses. His last loss was 2 years ago against Marcin Prashnil. He won against Bodesta Bukauskas, Carl Robertson, Justin Jacoby, and Chris Dorcas, straight left knockout. One thing I like about Khalil Roundtree is when he's fighting like he's going there to kill, like he's going for the kill. He doesn't throw light. He throws heavy, heavy punches. When you feel the punch, you know this guy. I mean, the Bukauskas, did you watch that fight? The kick to the side of the knee. Wow. I mean, the guy's got so much anger if he's fighting. And I feel like Anthony Smith has taken too much damage over the length of his career. He has gone through fought a lot of strong, very great fighters. It's pretty good, but at short notice, coming down to fight a beast like Khalil Roundtree, nah, I don't think he's gonna make it. I see Khalil Roundtree by TKO. Khalil Roundtree by TKO. The main event of the evening, Song Yadong against Chris Gutierrez. Song Yadong, I remember the loss he had was against Corey Sandhagen. That was a fight that, even not for the cut he had in his face, he wanted to continue fighting. That was about a year ago. He's seen as the favorite in this one to win. His last win was against Ricky Simon. He also beat the likes of Marlon Moraes, Julio Arce, Casey Kenny, split decision. Chris Gutierrez, on the other hand, his last fight was a win against Alan Tengeli, unanimous decision, which was just a month and a week ago. The last time Sonya Dog fought was 6 months ago, so he's looking like a fresher fighter, ready to come in. He's got more fights compared to Chris Gutierrez. Chris Gutierrez has a good professional record: 20 wins, 4 losses, and 2 no contests. Stonking Dog has 20 wins, 7 losses, and 1 no contest. Um, Chris Gutierrez is 36 years old compared to 26 years old of Sonya Dong. And for the height, they're pretty much quite the same, just a 1 inch, 1 centimeter to Chris Gutierrez, but they have the same inch reach. It's going to be a banger. This fight going to 5 rounds. I see Chris Gutierrez, he'll be tired after like 3 or 4 rounds. He hasn't really fought 5 rounds for a long time. Song Yadong, on the other hand, went toe to toe with Boris Sanhagen for his only loss. It was the court, which was due to his doctor stoppage. That's why he's got cardio for days. So without wasting much time, I'm gonna go Song Yadong on this one. Song Yadong for the win. Song Yadong to win this. So yes. So once again, I'm going to show a recap of all my best bets, my best picks, my winning picks for this week. As it rolls past, you can see there. Also, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for much more information on all these fighters they come in. It's going to be an awesome time, and I would like to engage much more with subscribers all over the world. If you have any questions, comments, recommendations, please feel free to say as we continue growing this channel. We'll be coming up with MMA news, interviews. We've been having in-house, bringing in other MMA pundits to discuss about fights and make our decisions, and then juxtapose what we got, and also make some money. After all, what's there to do? Nothing else to make money. So it's going to be a good time. And I want to thank all of you for coming on here, my returning subscribers, my new subscribers. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And I'm going to see you after this. I hope we have a wonderful fight. Have a lovely time watching the fights, cashing on those bets, and see you at the end. So have a good one, everyone. It's Taj on here. Remember to aspire to acquire what you desire. And when you perspire, you do not retire, but refire. Peace and love to everyone out there.